Alright, what it do, y'all? Achilles, man. Oh, I'm on doggone squads. You know what I want to eat? For dinner? It's healthy, Jackson. Damn. You know about Mojo's or something? I feel like you capping, but at the same time, you're not hungry. What it do, y'all? Achilles, man. We're back. I was looking at a lot of stuff, like reading the interest rates, stuff like that. I'm not no expert, stuff like that. People talking about, what is it? Going back to work, giving people $600 a week, like the minimum wage workers, and they can't get people to work. Well, companies and stuff like that, they're paying people, $10 an hour or whatnot. Not saying that's bad. I mean, in a month I make about that amount. So, but $600 a week, $2,400 a month, and altogether that's $28,800 a year. Consider that people don't spend it. So, to me personally, I don't think that's that much money. But like, if you're single, you ain't got no kids, yeah, I feel like that's a safety net. Well, not necessarily a safety net. Some people can do like everything doesn't go to college, so while you're doing that, I don't think that's that much money. I mean, it depends on how you live. Yeah, well, North Carolina, that's pretty good. You can get an apartment. I'm not gonna say it's pretty good, but it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's some ways like LA, hell no. But LA does have a higher minimum wage than Denver, so. Yeah, and then most people, they commute. Because there's average people living in LA. Well, they work in LA, but they live like somewhere where there's a commutable distance. But, again, LA it's funny. The comedy about it is just funny. Yeah, so many people trying to do street performances. I'm not against that. I'm against that in the third. I'm trying to make some money. And I feel like the new thing is a lot of business of people, oh, you say you ain't got cash? We got cash, we got everything. It's like a homeless person running game talking about, yeah, I got cash app. Sir, how do you have cash app? That means you have to have a what you call a bank account, sir. That's the funny thing about it. And the funny thing too, well, there's another guy who's not homeless, he probably had a disability or something like that. My barbershop, he used to ask you for money, but I don't know, he had like a drug issue, I think. He would tell people, well, he said, I don't know, he was under the influence or something, talking about, I'm gonna use y'all money. He had a little place, but he really didn't have anything, like 50 something, so. I always kind of found that a little bit interesting. Yeah. And I was still thinking about crypto. Crypto's kind of been up a little bit, so not by that much. Bitcoin dropped down like what, $29,000 at this time. Like this stream, I'm live though. It's like what, $32,000 or something like that. Around there, like below 32,000s. If it can go up to like 37,000. I'll say it's no small feat. But yeah, cryptocurrency is volatile, so I mean, you gotta know what your goal is personally, and then take your money. When the pump and dump stuff like that, I don't like groups or celebrities backing the stuff like Elon Musk. So Elon Musk there for Dogecoin was good, but like when it hit up to like 75 cents and stuff like that, people were pumping it up. You know, we had the milestones 25, 50, 75. The next thing, the hurdle we can't get across is that definitely the dollar mark. I'm pretty sure we can, but I really like the things to grow organically because people can pull their profits out at any time. And I mean, that's all fine, but I don't want a group doing that. Because, you know, you wind up losing big time. So, some cryptocurrency, I'm not sponsored or anything like that by somebody. I never lost really any money at all. But I would say Cardano, get some Shiba. Shiba could go up at any moment. You got the Shiba swap. You can get the stuff crypto.com. Wow. You got Shiba swap, so you can go and basically stake your Shiba, and you can get more. You can do it on crypto.com. You can do it on Shiba swap. It's live. There's a few other places like Coinbase Pro. I don't know if you can necessarily do staking up there, but Coinbase, I kind of like them, and then again, I don't. I like the educational stuff. I think that's very key, the educational component where you learn about the blockchain, this, that, and the third. You can earn like, I think like $160 or whatnot from the, you know, all the stuff. So that's pretty good. You know, it happens every once in a while. I think there's an algorithm. It's algorithm based. So I spent like, maybe like $20 to get some crypto. And then, I feel like I don't even know. To me, my platform of choice is definitely dealing with crypto is Cash App with Bitcoin. You can just buy a little small piece, like $30, you can have it. It might take a few hours, in a sense, depending on the congestion and then the blockchain and people, miners verifying your transaction. I bought something like back home, you know, it took like 5 minutes for it to be confirmed. But I definitely think LA has the most fastest Bitcoin processing. Like, I think Cash App is like San Francisco or something like that. Their nodes and stuff like that is fast, it's instant. The blockchain explorer, all those type of stuff. I mean, the blockchain and stuff like that is very. Bitcoin has its own process where you might get some gas fees. That's basically, you know, stuff you have to use to send on the network. It could be small, and if at times congestion, it could be a little bit higher. So it's something to think. I know Ethereum's going down. Wow, that's some bull. I lagged, and not only that. Okay, so you're not used to drops like $3,000 like you got Bitcoin. Don't invest in it. And then you got people forecasting the banks and stuff were like, you know, don't invest in Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin, and people are talking about Bitcoin as a threat to the dollar. I don't really believe so. Because how else do you fund cryptocurrency? Dollars, debit card, bank account. So, if people determine whether or not a project is successful, honestly, like you look at Bitcoin's white paper, peer-to-peer transactions, but you have so many forks of Bitcoin. You have Bitcoin Cash, you have Bitcoin SV, you have wrapped Bitcoin. You have a lot of stuff to make stuff faster. But wrap Bitcoin, it's like on Ethereum to make it a little bit faster, but has the same value as whatever Bitcoin's going for. But Bitcoin hasn't really had any updates. So if you get the just original Bitcoin, it only does like 7 transactions per second, and then the nodes or whatever, the blockchain, not fast. Cash App. And then another crypto, top cryptos I would say in my opinion, I would say that I don't own any Bitcoin. No, I really kind of sell my Bitcoin for USDT to get over the hurdle in terms of like I don't like dealing with exchanges because you just buy regular USDT, you're probably going to pay like a few dollars. Like if you go to PayBiz, I don't use PayBiz anymore. I was ready to do with Cash App because Cash App is only be like what a few dollars. With you use PayBiz on like a big amount, you spend like $150 on PayBiz, you get USDT. You're probably going to see $115 out of that $150, and that's too big of a thing. Exchanges and stuff have to make money, but again, and a lot of stuff is like fraud proof. So I understand. Binance. What are my thoughts on Binance? Binance, I mean, all due respect, I think Binance it's not really, the way Binance really makes money is through people making their own crypto projects with the stuff. That's honestly how I feel. Binance in itself, it claims to be the largest stuff, but if they have some more regulations and stuff like that, yeah, I don't think it'll be the biggest. And everybody's trying to crack down and banning Binance, so who knows? Safe Moon. Will I get more Safe Moon? I feel like I'm at a decent point. My goal is probably like 600 million Safe Moon. I'm like almost half the way there. But, I'm just going to be saving and try to mess a little bit. Piece by piece. And then the thing about my crypto portfolio is that I have a bag today, a bag in like 2 years, and then like a bag. It just depends. Like Dogecoin, that was a good bag, honestly. Had I sold, I probably would have had like $700, but I still walked with like $400 at the end of the day. So VeChain is like the new Dogecoin if you look at the price right now, because the price is very cheap. For like $35, I think you can get about what I got it for. I got like, let me check. I don't want to tell you anything wrong. What is it? Bitmart. Okay, Bitcoin is going down a little bit. What is it? Okay, yeah, like $36 was like 0.07, something like that, 0.078. Something like that. I got like 530 tokens because I think it's not a coin. So there we go. Cardano is pretty good. I wish I would have heard about Cardano a long time ago. Because it was like the same thing with Dogecoin. Like 2020, it was like going for 7 cents. And then now people talking about get on Cardano. Cardano went down a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a pretty solid coin in my opinion. It's like $1.20. At the highest when Bitcoin was like up, it was like $2.48. So, and I think it's number 7 on market cap in terms of at least the coin market cap side data. So, I think it's solid. But then again, everybody has their own personal goals of crypto. So whatever amount is cool to you, you feel like riding it out. But me personally, I feel like it's best to ride it out. Dogecoin, I feel like it lost momentum. And then again, you have different groups. I'm still a fan of Dogecoin. I have a little bit of it. But again, I feel like a lot of cryptos and stuff like that is just acting in its own favor. Like Elon Musk, Satoshi Street Bets. Wow. He hit me. That's funny. We land on the same spot. This guy goes and hit me. Oh well. Some other stuff I'm thinking about. The other thing I'm still thinking about in terms of place with customer support on these things is kind of bad. A lot of people's customer support is bad, or just the transaction, not necessarily transaction, but just people's businesses. Like, let's think about some companies that have had some bad customer support or customer service issues. Hell, they had to pay fines. I mean, Wells Fargo, they had to pay. They were basically making fake accounts and having people pay higher interest rate, and they only got like slapped with $100 million fine. That's crazy. Will I be purchasing any more games? That's probably a no. I gotta play the games that I got. But in other news, I'm not really sure. There's not any games really worth, in my opinion. They're not really showcasing any games, honestly. And then again, games is just kind of like, I haven't beat the majority of the games that I have. I could beat them any day, but again, I got work, I got other stuff I gotta do, so. And I play Fortnite all the time, so I'm not necessarily even mad about that. Even though I kind of don't like Fortnite, Fortnite's one of them games that I still play, just because it's just like, it's easy to pick up. You can be in the game in a few seconds, rather than all the other games that, like, you have to watch tutorials and stuff like that. This is something you don't really need to watch a tutorial. You just have to be in a state of, or frame, rather a frame I'll put it at, to do what you need to do. But what I mean by that is like a frame and state of mind where, like, okay, the building is one component, and I feel like the competitive, and then how people always talk about 1v1 is made Fortnite a little bit more competitive, and a little bit more, it's not the same level of, competition. It's a little bit more sweatier. So, do I think I'm sweaty? Sometimes I am. I will not deny the fact that I can play sweaty at times. Like, when I won that game on live, it was like one of my first games. I mean, I don't think I was really playing sweaty, but I think it's just by coincidence that I won that game. And I think sometimes it's not necessarily even about high ground. As ridiculous as that sounds, because at a certain point, you're going to have to come down to the ground. All the building up, people try to do the tiles and squares. I just do the tiles. And people can't get down, and the circle becomes so small that the people have to really move down. They have to, they have to eventually come down where I'm at. So, I think that's interesting. So what's some other stuff I'm thinking about too in terms of I watched the finals. I wasn't impressed. I'm not mad that Giannis won the ring. I'm just thinking about all these teams. Giannis definitely played good. I mean, 50 points. You know, Giannis definitely, he was tired at the end because, I mean, you think about it. When you're that good of a player in a sense and you're exerting, you're pretty much the number one scoring option. I mean, NBA now, I don't necessarily think that you have to come and develop. As long as you can, and nowadays, rim run, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, the closer you are to the basket, the higher field goal percentage is. And Giannis shoots like, what, 56% from the field? And all he basically does is dunk. And then from the free throw line that people kept roasting him about, he actually was like, what, 16 of 18, if my memory serves me correct. So he actually did pretty good from the line. I think free throws and stuff is like a mental thing because if you think about it, if you think you're not going to make it this, that, and the third, you're not taking your time. I mean, Giannis, his free throw time is like a free throw violation, but I think yesterday kind of wrapped it up. Just focus on the thing. Now, the follow through, his form is kind of terrible. That's all I will say. Like, why are you practicing the free throw and doing all that with your left hand and you're finishing with your right? I don't know how, you do that. And then again, it is what it is. He's an NBA champion. Can't take it away from him. Nonetheless, but it is what it is. I think the NBA, in my honest opinion, is one of those stuff. Like, the wheels fell off a lot of these teams. You got role players and stuff like that. People say that PJ Tucker is just an intimidator. That's honestly how I view PJ Tucker. I never say he was bad. But I don't think he's necessarily good either. To a certain extent, he can get like 8 points a game. That's not bad. But he's out there to like intimidate people. When he got dunked on, I was laughing.
They must be trying. You heard me?
They must have turned down. So how long are they going to have to wait?
Till tomorrow.
They're coming back home? Damn. I'm still thinking about a few components just about, the league. I feel like the finals, I'm glad the stuff was over with because, we don't really have to talk about the NBA season is over. If people talking about free agency and trades, I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't think there's anything more that LeBron can do. Honestly, I'm not necessarily the biggest LeBron fan. I'm a fan of LeBron, but I'm not a stan. Some of his decisions and moves, like getting these people, some of these people role players, or some of the people, anytime you play with LeBron, you automatically know whatever system that you work in, you're not going to be able to do that. Like Dennis Schroeder, he was good in Atlanta. That's probably about it. Okay, B-Chain is going down a little bit. BNB has a volume in my exchange of 31,705,520.10. Ethereum has more volume now than Ether. The hell? If I lag in another one of these things, I'm probably gonna be gone. Or there's people, I think crypto projects, in my opinion, they're for the people in terms of like they don't go as far as people allow it to go. So if it loses momentum and people wind up selling this, that, and the third, it's going to be one of those things where, don't invest more than what you're willing to lose. Again, I know it's kind of cliche, but crypto is very volatile. If you're not used to 30% drops, or like for instance, if people think that Bitcoin is going to go, nobody knows whether or not Bitcoin is going to go to like back to 50,000, 63,000. I remember someone said Bitcoin. I definitely remember Bitcoin hitting $65,000 per coin. I definitely remember that. So, in my honest opinion, it is what it is. The market can only bear but so much. So if you're not necessarily ready for this, that, and the third, again, do your own research. I know people try to do technical analysis and stuff like that, or speculate what Wi-Fi connection am I on? Because if that's the case, then what the hell is going on? 5G, wow, on 5 gigahertz. Poor connection quality. We'll try again. If I have to stream again, I have to stream again. But it's midday. Supposedly have good internet. 100 and what, megabits per second? That's what I got. Supposedly that can do anything. Hell. Alright, yeah, let me restart my stuff, and I might make a video. I might. Gotta reset my internet real quick, so I'm going to stream again, so.